Good morning and welcome to Monday, welcome to the new week, and welcome to the new episode of the Hannah Show. Today is Monday. We are still on leave and we are just getting ready to go to the gym. It's Monday, so it's going to be legs day, but let's start with how we finished last week. Blanket is done, so I just need to give it a nice rinse, fold it away because it's a gift for someone. Next prompt for the amazing readathon just dropped last night, and it was to read a book that had won an award. There's few options for me, but I think I am going to read the Silent Patient. It's been on my shelf for a while now, so I think I'm gonna read this. And paperback, I haven't got an audiobook for this, so I'll be concentrating on reading this with my eyeballs. So I'll see how much I can actually do. Hopefully I will be able to finish this and at least another book for the sightseeing prompts. So that's that, and yeah, let's get ready and let's go to the gym. We came back from the gym, we did legs. It was a hard session, but then it is currently 4:15 and I managed to get an appointment to cut my hair. I'm just going to go to the barbers, cut this off. Hopefully they will be able to make me look a little bit better because my hair is long. So I'm hoping I'll get a haircut. Maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow I'll manage to bleach my hair and tone my hair and hopefully look half decent again. Hello. I'll be looking mighty red, but it's because I've just come back from the gym. Oh my god. Jason was doing chest, but because what's today? Today's Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday we are doing deadlifts again. My body feels sore. I've been going to the gym very much. I've been going to the gym a lot since we've been off, and my body is just sore and it feels tired and exhausted. And because on Thursday we plan to do deadlifts, I want to be fully recovered before deadlifts because deadlift is my favorite exercise. So I want to be 100% before I go in. So today Jason was doing chest and I decided to just do cardio, and I've done 45 minutes on a treadmill, incline walk. I was just watching the YouTube and walking because otherwise I would just find it boring. The amazing readathon update. I am now traveling to Paris. This is leg 4 of the readathon. There's 6 more legs, and I'm hoping that I will be able to finish my book before the next prompt drops, which I'm thinking I could possibly tomorrow or maybe tonight. So I really want to finish my book. I don't want to be behind. I think generally I like to complete the tasks on time. I think I'm a completionist. I don't know if you can say that. For this prompt, we were supposed to read a book that had won an award, and it could be any award. I picked up The Silent Patient, which I already showed you. I already told you that I'm reading this, and this actually won Goodreads award, I think 2022 or something like that. So I'm reading this and I am almost halfway through. This is about psychotherapist, let's say. I don't even know his name. I'm so bad remembering names. But anyway, so there's this woman, and apparently she killed her husband and then tried to commit suicide, and she goes into this but she stops talking. She doesn't talk to anyone, she's just silent, and she goes into this psychiatric hospital, and all the doctors and therapists are trying to get through her, make her talk and tell them what happened, because no one really knows. But she just remains silent, and there's a new psychotherapist joining this hospital, what's his name? Not Tony. Theo. So I knew it was something with T. So his name is Theo, and he joins this hospital, and he is trying to get through to her. They decide to lower her dose on the medication that she's taking, and the medication is making her very subdued, and once the medication has been lowered and during one of the therapy sessions, she attacks Theo. So the doctors in the hospital and like the board members or whatever see it as a breakthrough and decide to let him provide therapy for her and maybe get through to her and hopefully make her talk about what happened on that day when apparently she killed her husband. So this is where I am in the story right now. I'm enjoying this. I'm part listening and part reading. And when I listened to this, I also started a new crochet project. I will be making a blanket for my friend, Monica. And we've ordered the wool for her, but it's gonna come, I think, maybe towards the end of this week. So I decided to use the scraps of the wool that I already have and the blues from that blanket was so beautiful, and make myself and maybe my mom and maybe my auntie a bag, a summer crochet bag. And this is the pattern that I'm following. So this is what the finished bag should look like, and this is a pattern from Woolbox. It was one of the free patterns as well on Woolbox website. I've done my squares almost. I haven't finished them. So see the colors? Look, they are stunning. The grays and the blues and the teals, they go together so nicely. I absolutely love these colors together. So I've done my squares. All I have to do is, I'm thinking, use the white yarn to go around them because they need to be finished off, as I didn't have my main color. So I need to go around them all and then join them together and then make handles and finish the border of the bag. So I'm thinking I might use this white one because I think they will stand out really nicely with the white one. But I also picked up a gray one, but I think because I have these gray squares, I might leave the gray for a different color combination because I've got so much leftover scraps of yarn that I want to utilize them, and I want to make something nice for my friends and my family. So this is what I will be doing, my bag, and listening to Silent Patient, and hopefully we'll be able to finish this by the time the next prompt drops. Oh my god, page 317, chapter 21. I literally just got a shock. What the hell? I did not see that coming. I literally have 20 pages left, and how crazy is that book? What the flip? Oh, you gotta read it. You gotta read it. Okay, sorry, it's quite dark in here, but finished. Oh my gosh, I declare it another 5-star read for me. I feel like I've been so fortunate with my books recently, because even last month I had quite a few 5-star reads, and this is another one. I just found it so interesting and so intriguing. The intrigue in this was really good, and the way the plot was laid out and the story was laid out was just, I think, very good. I love this book. I absolutely love this book. I didn't see the end coming until about 30 pages towards the end of the book. So that is a really good mystery, really good thriller in my opinion. Well, off to the next one. I'm gonna see if I can maybe finish the Starting House. I've been listening to Starting House while I'm doing my other things. It's not what I expected it to be. I thought it will be a bit more interesting. I just found it slightly boring in places. So I don't know. I'll see what happens with this one. I'm getting good progress with these, and I have one more to do, and then I will be able to connect them all and actually make them into a bag. So yes, I will listen to the starting house and continue on this. This light is so bad in here. Starling House, just finished listening to this. It was not what I expected. I thought it's going to be a bit more scary. I know it's kind of like a fantasy horror, but I think I expected too much from this book myself, and I should have listened to the people I follow, because they did say it's not that great. And this is my opinion as well. It's not that great. I found this book quite boring in the beginning. I was so close to DNFing it at about, I think, 68%. I was going to DNF it, but because I've invested so much time into this book already, and also thinking about Amazing Readathon, this book would have given me 500 points for the team. I just persevered and continued, and I'm glad I did. It's still, I don't know how to rate this book. I think I am just gonna go ahead and rate it 2 stars on Goodreads and Storygraph, because I feel bad, because I don't want the fact that I didn't like it to spoil it for other people. Maybe this book would, I don't know, maybe I'm just not an audience for this book, but for me it was kind of like a 2-star book. I don't know how to rate it. I started connecting the squares, and I'm currently doing a border around it, but this is what the back is gonna look like. I think it's quite cute. I think it's going to be a quite a nice bag for summer, just to put some, you know, I don't know, like a purse or something. Obviously it's got holes, so you won't be able to put anything small in it, because you'll probably lose it, but I think it looks so cute. And I'm actually thinking, I don't know, I might give it to my mummy when she comes here. I think it's going to be a nice bag for Portugal as well. I need to make another one then. I need to make 2 more. And I need to pick another book. Okay, so let me think. I have a book on my Kindle, and that will give me extra points for the team and extra money. But I want to see what I have here as an audiobook, because I can crochet and I can listen to the book. Okay, so on Libby, I have episode 13, and I have the Sundown Motel. And then on BorrowBox, I have Whaleful, and I have My Darling Girl. And I'm kind of, don't know. I have to go and check my spreadsheets with all the prompts for the readathon and see what I want to read, what is going to give me more points. Still in bed. Decided to have a lay-in today, and I'm reading This is Where We Talk Things Out, and it's about a mother and a daughter, and from what I've gathered, the father is dead and the daughter is in a same-sex relationship, and mother doesn't like it, and I think they had a falling out, and now they are going to spend a weekend together, and I think try to patch things up a little bit. And they go to this cabin. The mother picks her up from the house, and it's winter in Canada, and they go to this cabin, and they enter the cabin, and the daughter notices that it looks exactly like the house from her childhood, and she's a little bit weirded out by that. And there's no phone reception, her battery is low, so all the creepy stuff. And she wakes up in the middle of the night, and she goes upstairs towards her mother's bedroom, and she can smell like this putrid smell coming out from her bedroom, and the mother is like talking or whispering really quickly. It's a very, very like creepy situation to be in, but she doesn't think anything about it, and she goes back downstairs to her bedroom. So this is where I'm at. And so this book, this is on my Kindle, but this is like a short book. This is literally just under 100 pages, but I'm loving the feeling it gives me. It's a bit creepy. So I think I'm just gonna get up now, go jump in the shower quickly, have a coffee, and maybe read a little bit more of that with my coffee. And then I need to get up and start editing the video that I need to post this week. Hi, sorry if you can hear the washing machine. I finally crawled out of my bed. You know the bag I was working yesterday? I finished it. This is what it looks like. I'm just thinking, the handles are slightly like, they turn inside. I don't know if you can see, this is white, so probably can't see, but the handles are still turning inside slightly, and I'm not sure why. So I'm thinking I might do another round of maybe like a waistcoat stitch on the outside and on the inside to maybe strengthen that edge, and hopefully this will also stop the handles from curling. But I think it's such a cute bag. I think it's so nice. It's such a cute bag. I think for summer, oh my gosh. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna listen to an audiobook, do the last round of stitches on the inside and on the outside just to strengthen it. But I have to make a coffee. I just had breakfast, had a banana and a protein shake, but I'm gonna make coffee because I feel a little bit tired. I was up really, really early. So yeah, I'll catch you later. It's 11 o'clock. I feel so tired. I'm doing the border on the arms, on the handles. So I'm going over with like a blue thread, and I think it looks so much better. And you can see this one has already been done, and it doesn't curl inside like the other one did. So I think that helps. So I've got just this arm to finish off, and I think it kind of like gives it like a nice outline and edge. I quite like it this way. I finished listening to Magic Lies and Deadly Pies and by Misha Pop, and it's a cozy mystery. It's about this girl that magic runs in her family, and it's being given to the girls in the family. And her grandmother, she used to sew magic into dresses. Then her mother was a hairdresser, so she would put magic in her hairstyles. And she's a baker, she bakes pies, so she puts magic in the pies. And she doesn't put any like ingredients or anything, but it's just the intention that she puts in. And the pie will end up having an intention, and it could be a good or bad intention. So she makes like happy day pie, and then makes people happy, or hopeful or grateful, and all that sort of things, good feelings. But she runs this business on the side and it's only done by referral. We start with this first situation when the woman's being abused by her husband or her partner, and then she will make this pie with an intention for this guy to either change his ways or die. But in the meantime, she also takes part in a competition, in a Miss American Pie competition. So we see a little bit of that. And then we see her developing relationships with the people in the village or in the town that she lives. We have a potential couple of love interest in the book as well. So it's a cozy mystery. It definitely has that cozy feel. I enjoyed it. It wasn't one of those, it's definitely not one of those books when I'm gonna go ahead and read every single book by this author. I actually didn't know how to rate it, so I guess I'll leave it at 4 stars. I might change my rating. I do that sometimes. Because I get confused. I don't know what I think about the book, and then I go in, and after a few days I would change my rating, or if I've read a similar book, and then I will get to compare both of them, and then I would adjust the ratings then. So for now I left it at 4 stars, as in like I liked it, and then we'll see what happened next. Got my June book for Locked Library, and I'm so excited because apparently it's a beautiful edition of this book. Okay, let's just open it. Look at that. Oh my god. Purple, and then look at this sprayed edge. Oh geez, Louise, this is so beautiful. Okay, I need to take the dust jacket off. Look at the foiling. And it's holographic as well. It seems like it's holographic, or is this just silver? I don't know. This is so gorgeous. And end papers. Oh my god, this book is so gorgeous. Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. We also, oh my god. Okay, I need to turn the camera. I need to flip the camera. Okay, so just to show you, it's going to be shadows galore, but it is holographic. I knew it was. It looked like it was holographic. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish I could see that foiling like all the time. Okay, let's remove those shadows a little bit. What I wanted to show you is the inside. So we've got our end papers, and as always the book is signed by the author. And then we have the title page. I like the fact that they always put the date in here. At least when you open the book, then you know when that book was published, from which box, I mean. Content warnings, which is always nice. And oh my gosh, because like I flipped through this book and I saw illustrations, and I'm like, I'm such a sucker for illustrations. I keep moving this camera. I'm such a sucker for illustrations in the books. Look at that. My gosh, I also like the size of the font. I don't know if you will be able to tell, but I like this font, and I like the size of this font. But yeah, look, we have illustrations in the book. Yay. I'm like a big kid when it comes to things like that. I absolutely love it. I was so close to skipping June. But then there's an account on Instagram. I'll put her name on the screen. Autumn Book Reads or something like that, and she updates her followers with all the like bookish box updates from like Fairy Lord, illumicrate, and you know, stuff like that. Oh, what's this? A family tree. Ooh, I like that. Glossary. I need to check if there's any appendices. I don't know. Matte pronunciation guide, which is always nice because some of these you're like, oh, oh, I am in love with this book. I love it. Gorgeous book. Wow. Hello. So the bag is finished. So nice, and I think it was a good decision to go around the handles with the waistcoat stitch, because I feel like it makes it a little bit stronger but also adds a little bit of width, and it makes them stay and not curl. So I love this. It's so nice, and it's also a perfect size. I think I'm gonna give it to my mom. Amazon haul. I got a big 400 grams cake, skein, whatever it's called. Let's just say cake. I got a big 400 grams cake of white yarn, 400 grams of this natural looking yarn. I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of like this warm grey, natural, like a linen looking color. So that's another big one. I got 2 just a beige looking ones. My daughter wants a bag, but she likes plain colors. She's not as colorful as I am. So this is for her. And I got these 2 because of course I like colors. That's my yarn haul. The reason I am here is because the next prompt for the amazing readathon, prompt 5, has just been dropped. And we are going to Cape Town in South Africa. And to get there, we need to read a book with some form of a nature element on the cover. So it could be trees, flowers, sticks, etc, etc. So I picked up a few books that I have here in my physical library. So the first one is A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher. This is a gothic fantasy horror, and I enjoyed the other book by this author, so I might read this. My next option is Matthew West, The House of Footsteps, and this is a library book. And the last choice for this prompt that I have on my shelves is Every Exquisite Thing. This is the book that I got from Locked Library. This is a special, beautiful special edition, and this is also a fantasy horror. So I'm thinking, I have 3 options that match the prompt and 3 options that match the genre, because I want to stick with my team's genre, mystery, horror, thriller. And I think I am going to read a chapter of each book, and I'm going to see which one resonates with me the most, and then I will pick that one to read. I've never done that before. Ooh. Let's do this one first. Chapter 1 done. It reads okay so far. So now I'm gonna read The House of Footsteps, and yeah, 1 chapter, and I'll check in right after. Okay, so I literally read half of chapter 1, and I don't think it's a book for me. So much text on a page, and visually for me is very off-putting, and I don't know, it's just weird. So I will start a chapter of Every Exquisite Thing and see how that goes. I'll be reading this. I think this book appeals to me the most, especially after reading the prologue. I'm intrigued. So, every exquisite thing it is. It's currently just before 7 o'clock. I was up very early. I woke up about 5:26 and I just couldn't sleep anymore, so I decided to read. So I read for a bit and then get up, shower, get myself ready to face the day. Good morning on Friday. We are officially halfway through the amazing Readathon, and I've just completed leg 5, prompt 5, and I've read this. And the prompt for this book was to read a book with something nature related on the cover, so I've got flowers. This is this beautiful edition that I have from a Locked Library, I think. So that's a Locked Library edition, and oh my gosh, this is a retelling of the Picture of Dorian Gray, and we follow Penny that joins this very famous acting school, and her mother is a famous actress as well, and Penny, her whole life she lived under a lot of pressure. The mother was also putting pressure on her, you know, we have to be beautiful, beauty opens the doors, and da 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 da, yada 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 yada, all that stuff. And so Penny mostly concentrates about, you know, the way she looks, how much she weighs. She feels like she has to be skinny. And she goes to this school and she takes part in auditions to play Lady Macbeth. But another girl gets a role of Lady Macbeth. And Penny's upset, obviously, because she wanted her mother to be proud of her. This is like, you know, the big thing. So the next day, or like over the next couple of days, she sees the other girl, Davina, is kissing a professor in a car. So she takes a sneaky picture and then she uses that picture to blackmail the professor. He casts Penny as the main character. And being the main leading role, she gets to be mentored by a very famous professor as well, Orla. So she goes to meet Orla, and Orla is saying to her, look, you look weak, you look skinny, you need to be, you know, you need to have a presence. How do you expect to be weak or have a presence on stage? And you know, she offers her a solution. She said, what would you do if there was an option for you to stay as you are? You don't have to worry about what you eat. You will forever be skinny. You will forever be young. And Penny agrees. So Orla takes her to a mask painter. No one knows his identity. And he is supposed to paint a portrait of Penny to steal her. So what happens is, Penny in real life will stay as she is, but the portrait will age, the portrait will go through changes, and it will do these things instead of Penny in real life. So she takes that step, gets her portrait painted. The kind of scary thing is how she needs to give him her blood, skin and bone, and then she needs to do a test as well to kind of have that portrait painted. They need to see how much she wants it. So she has the portrait painted, and everything starts from that point, really. The action picks up. There's a conflict growing between her and Davina. There's relationships developing with other characters as well. Imagine a student life in university. You meet so many people. Some of them you like, some of them you hate. Some of them will judge you by the way you look. Some of them will judge you by who your parents are, etc., etc. So this book talks a lot about that, and how society perceives us, how we perceive ourselves, how we judge ourselves against other people, and you know how we compare each other to other people, and basically it says beauty is not everything. And I really enjoyed this book. I probably gave you a really rubbish description, but honestly I did enjoy this book. I read it over a day and a half, maybe. It's just under 400 pages, and it was a quick read, and it was, I'd say, medium pace, but it was really interesting. I actually started listening to The Picture of Dorian Gray once, but I didn't like the narrator, so I had to stop. It was really getting on my nerves, but now I feel like I want to read The Picture of Dorian Gray. I want to see what that book is about. I know the concept is similar. I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. And since today is Friday, it's 8:30, I have about half an hour to finish the book that I'm reading on my Kindle and submit the sightseeing prompt. And then the face-off starts between the teams. We've been doing quite good, so I'm really happy about that. And I have this competitive streak, and I just want to do the best I can. So I am going to push through this weekend and read as many books as I want to get good points for my team. And yeah, hopefully we'll win. Insects, welcome. That's cool, isn't it? There are, in some of them, you can see some like a sort of like a cocoon or something. Hello everyone, it's a Sunday, which means today I will be closing this vlog. This week was a little bit crazy. During the amazing Readathon, this weekend was an actual face-off weekend. It's still happening until 5 o'clock UK time, so I still try to get some reading done, but because I'm doing other things as well, I'm trying to do it via audio. We started on Friday and it's a 48-hour thing. I read or listened to a good amount of books actually. On my Kindle I read This Is Where We Talk Things Out, and that was for one of the sightseeing prompts for that leg, and that was such a weird book. I actually don't know what to think about it. It was I don't know, it was weird, but it was good. Like, it made me feel anxious, it made me feel tense, and it was just fucking weird. It was nearly 5 stars. I gave this book 4 stars. It's just a short book. I think it was just 100 and something pages or 90 pages. So it was a very short read, but because it was one of the host's favorites, I will get extra currency to spend for my travel during the readathon. So this is the reason I've read that. It was quite good. And then the face-off started, and the first book I've listened to during the face-off was All Systems Red by Martha Wells, and it was about this robot, and it's called Murderbot. And so basically this Murderbot, this robot, and the humans, they're on like a different planet and they're doing different things. But for me, it was just like, I feel like I want to read a physical copy of this book, because sometimes when I listen to audio, especially if I do something else, So especially if I do something else, and depending on the book, sometimes I lose concentration, or if I start thinking of if my mind starts wandering, I lose concentration and I miss out on some bits. So I want to read this book. I think I have that on my Kindle. I actually purchased that book on the Kindle, so I'm gonna read to it again. But it was, for me, it was just such a funny book. This Murderbot he's got such good lines. Like he comes across as a very serious robot, but the way he talks, it was literally, I was cracking up. And again, I gave this book 4 stars. It's only a short book, and normally I don't kind of give them more than 3.5 stars, but because it made me laugh, I gave it 4 stars. And then I've listened to Rolling in the Deep, and it was a prequel to Drowning in the Deep by Mira Grant. And it was okay. I enjoyed that. I just gave it like 3 stars. And then I also listened to We Need to Do Something, and that was recommended by one of the participants in the Amazing Readathon, and I listened to it as an audiobook as well. Since then I know there's a movie based on that book, and that was weird. I still don't know what this book was about. It was weird, but it was like, it was weird and it was creepy, and yeah, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars. I want to watch the movie as well. Would I read it again? Probably not. And then I listened to Camilla, and Camilla was apparently a book that inspired Dracula. And this was about this girl that lived in a castle with her dad, and when she was 6 years old, she thought she saw someone in her bedroom, like a beautiful lady, and then years later this woman stays with them. I'm not going to go into the details here, and basically it's a vampire story. I think I am right saying that this inspired Dracula. Might be wrong. I think I am right though. It was written in this like classic language that, you know, authors from that era used. And then the last book that I've listened to while I was actually listening to it yesterday while I was finishing this bag. It was, and I only picked it up because it was available on evernight, and it came up as a recommendation, and I was like, okay, let me have a go. And it's The Watchers by A.M. Shine, and I actually read this book to fulfill one of the sightseeing prompts in the Amazing Readathon, and oh my god, I gave this book 5 stars. So apparently there's a movie that's just come out recently, The Watched, based on that book, but that book literally, it was creepy, and I was scared, and I was tense, and I was anxious. And I feel like when I feel like this to me is a 5-star book. The way it was, the way the story was told, it was absolutely brilliant. It was like I was actually on the edge of my seat listening to this book. Yeah, I gave it 5 stars. I think I will go and purchase a hard copy of this book because I want to have this book on my shelves, and I want to read it again with my eyeballs and just have that experience again. I think it was brilliant. And I know this author had another book. I don't think it's a part of the series, The Creeper, which I want to read as well, because if that's anything like The Watchers, I know I'm going to enjoy it. And also a sequel to The Watchers is coming out in November, so I added it to my wish list on Amazon so that at least I can remember that this is coming out. I started a bag for my daughter. I finished it. It's a crochet bag. Need this. So she just wanted something plain and neutral. She's not a colourful person like I am. She's more of a neutral girly. So I've done that, and I just used one type of a square. I used a bigger hook than I used for the blue bag, and the bag came out a little bit more looser and a little bit bigger than the other one, obviously. So I've just finished that last night. Anyway, I think plan for today is I'm currently editing the vlog before this one, but what I want to do as I'm going back to work on Tuesday, I think I want to bleach and tone my hair after I had a haircut, because see this yellow bit, don't like it. That's it. Tomorrow is Monday, start of a new week for most people. I still have Monday off. Tuesday will be my first day back at work, and I will be doing 7 dailies of 5 o'clock starts. I'm not looking forward to this, but I hope you're looking forward to the next video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out. And if you like this vlog, please don't forget to like and comment, because that really helps me out. And for now, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.